my God. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Washington wins the wild card round against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road. Jayden Daniels' first playoff game ever. Holy smokes. Guys, this team loves to make these games so stressful on us. Oh my God, y'all. What a game. So much to talk about. But guys, we just won our first playoff game since 2005. Oh my God. I am still in shock. Zane Gonzalez doinks it in as time expires. Holy smokes. Guys, I need my heart rate to come down a lot right now. Just an incredible season. Incredible season that continues another week. I mean, guys, who would have thought back at training camp and practices that the Washington Commanders with a rookie quarterback and so much overturned roster would be here right now? Would have won the first round of the playoffs on the road. Nobody would have seen this coming. I mean, guys, what a freaking game. First playoff win since 2005. Guys, I was in like 5th grade when that happened. I am 31 right now. It has been a long time coming. The first of many playoff wins with Jayden Daniels as our quarterback. I mean, our fan base just completely took over that stadium as well. I mean, shout out to the fans. Shout out to Jayden Daniels. Guys just stepping up. De'Ami Brown stepping up at the best time possible. Terry being Terry. Austin Eckler making some really big plays in that last drive down the stretch. I mean, that one big catch right over Yaya Diaby where it looked like he was right there. He could have maybe intercepted it. But holy smokes. What a freaking game, yo. I cannot believe it. For a wild card that had a lot of really bad games, we knew this was going to be a good one. We knew this was going to be one of those nail biters that just comes down to the last second because that's how Washington games have gone this season. 23-20. Guys, this, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. We're not a cursed team anymore. We are here. We are here to stay. We belong here. And we just got news that we will be playing in Detroit at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox on Saturday, January 18th. We are playing Saturday night against the Detroit Lions. Oh my God. People said we were going to be one and done. Everyone said we're going to be one and done. Oh, you're not going to be able to go down to Tampa. Baker's hot. Mike Evans was hot that first half. I ain't going to lie. He had us. I ain't going to lie. But still, y'all, that second half. First playoff win in 19 years. I cannot tell y'all how proud I am of this team. A just big time overturn of a roster. I mean, we brought in vets. People were clowning the Dan Quinn hire, Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz. I mean, so many people like, what is Washington doing? But Dan Quinn came in here and built a culture. Adam Peters knocked it out of the park. Dan Quinn, being the head coach, set a standard here that we have not had for a long time. We heard it. We heard all this BS at these press conferences and stuff. Like, what are you talking about for so long? But shout out to Dan Quinn for coming in here and changing things, y'all. I never in my life would have expected this if you would have told me 2 or 3 years ago, this is what the Washington Commanders team would look like. This is how things would be going. I would think you're lying. I would think you're lying. I just cannot believe that this is our team, y'all. That is our quarterback. And I mean Jayden Daniels. Let's talk about him. Play after play after play. 24 for 35. 24 for 35. 268 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. No interceptions, only 1 sack. 110 passer rating against a good. I know they had some injuries and stuff. We do too. But man, what a first game in the playoffs. Just talk about poise. And we've talked about it all season. This isn't anything new. This is not anything new. Jayden Daniels has been doing this all season long. It just in the biggest moments, in the biggest situations, Jayden Daniels just shows up. I mean, this is how the season started. I was in Tampa at this game. I was at this game. And I've been saying all week, like, you can't go back and rewatch that first game because this Washington team is a completely different team. Completely different team than that first week. And I told y'all, that get back's going to hit different. That get back is going to hit different. And it does. I mean, going back to that first game of how things looked, Baker Mayfield had 7 rushes for 23 yards in this game. That week 1, he did so much more. He was able to move on the ground and extend plays and killed us deep. And I'm not saying we're the perfect team by any means. But when it comes down to it, this team just wins, y'all. You want to talk about ending the season strong? This is how you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6 straight wins. Beat the Titans, beat the Saints, beat the Eagles, beat the Falcons to get in the playoffs, beat the Cowboys to end the season and lock in that 6th seed, and then beat the Buccaneers. We fought for the right to get that 6th seed. We protected it, and then we went to Tampa Bay and took care of business. You want to talk about some big plays in this game? I was worried about a couple things. I thought we were being a little too aggressive. We left some points out there, but when it came down to it, I knew this team was going to show up when they needed to. Third down, I mean, we were hot on third down for a while. 8 for 15 to finish the game. Could have been better, but I'll take it. 4th down, 3 for 5. That has been our bread and butter all season long. But then in the red zone, we were there twice, and we had opportunities to score. We couldn't get it done. But when it mattered the most, who shows up? Jayden Daniels to Terry McLaurin. Jayden to Terry to really get that momentum back. And talk about time of possession. 35 and a half minutes for us. Tampa Bay had it for 24 and a half minutes. That's a big, big difference. We had a whole extra drive than them. When Tampa started the game out, they said we wanted the ball first. I knew it was going to be one of those games that was just a nail biter. It was going to be intense. It was going to be back and forth. And someone was going to have to step up and win it. And I'm telling y'all, man, he was getting an MVP chance at the end. He's not going to win it this year. He's definitely Rookie of the Year lock. I mean, they might as well just bring out the trophy right now. Jayden Daniels is Rookie of the Year. But I'm telling y'all, next year, those them MVP chants, I know it's early, they might be real. Because I'm telling y'all, man, just such poise by Jayden. Didn't have the perfect game, but by God, it was close. It was close. Wow, I was right, Range, man. I'm telling y'all. This team, there's just something magical about this team. The Hail Mary, all the close games we've had, all the crazy last-minute touchdowns, even the one against the Cowboys that didn't count because we missed the PAT. There's just so many of these moments. It just reminds me of those teams, back even like the Giants. They're like, are they really going to do anything in the playoffs? And it just seemed like they were a team for destiny. They were a team that was just destined to win this. What's going on, y'all? Let's go. Celebrate this, man. Chris91X, celebrate this, my guy. Get used to this feeling. I said it before the game. No matter what happens, just enjoy watching this, because years from now, you're going to look back and remember this exact game. Like, yo, remember that wild card game when we went to Tampa Bay? Remember when Jayden Daniels in his first playoff game just went off? Jayden Daniels, the De'Ami Brown having the game of his life. 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown, average 17.8. That's the De'Ami we do. That's the North Carolina De'Ami I've been waiting for. And then Terry, same thing, 7 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown when it matters the most. Terry, I love you to death, man. He's going to get a statue. That might as well start building it. I mean, bro, I'm not even going to lie. I had tears in my eyes when that game ended. I'm not even going to lie, man. We absolutely deserve this. We absolutely deserve this more than, I will say, any fan base in the NFL. And it happened so fast, y'all. That's what's crazy. I thought maybe 2 or 3 years this would happen. I had us as a borderline playoff team. But we're in the divisionals, guys. We are in the division round of the playoffs. Now, we got one hell of a game. We got one hell of a game coming up. We got to go to Detroit. But hey, anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's the motto. And that, Dan Campbell, that goes for you too. That goes for you too. I mean, just talk about ending the game the right way. God. I mean, that field goal took years off my life. Zane, you owe me a solid 3, 4, 5 years. That took years off of my life. That second half, field goal, turnover on downs, but we just took so much time off the clock. That's what I really liked about our offense. We took so much time off the clock. So stoked. We need to get the run game going, though. We need to get that running game going, especially against Detroit. Got to. Yep, it is set. The schedule is set. We play 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Saturday night. We're going to Detroit. Let's go, Ashburn Syndrome. Hey, no more Ashburn Syndrome. It's different. It's different. Hey, there's no more curse on this team. This is the second playoff win I've witnessed my entire life. I'm 29. I'm 31. The 2005 was the last one I remember. I don't think there was one before then in my life. 2005, that was it. Ajax said 0 punts with JD5. We always have a chance. 0 punts. Zero punts. That's nasty work. My boy Tressway was over there reading like AJ Brown. That is crazy. 0 punts. What really impressed me was just the time of possession. First drive, 4 minutes, whatever. Second one on the touchdown, 9 minutes. After that, field goal, 5.5 minutes. End of the half was 10 seconds. That doesn't really count. First half of the first drive of the second half, field goal, 4.5 minutes. Turnover on downs, but we went 12 plays, 67 yards, 5.5 minutes. And then a quick touchdown, 4 plays, 13 yards in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which is a lot for going 13 yards after that fumble by Baker Mayfield, bad handoff. And field goal at the end right there, 10 plays, 51 yards, 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Guys. I mean, that final drive, for me, obviously the big one to De'Ami, 3rd and 6 was money all night. Third down for majority of the night was money. And I'm telling y'all, Jayden Daniels, 3rd and 6, 21 yards to De'Ami. After that, 2-minute warning, that short pass to Austin Eckler, massive. That is a veteran play by Austin Eckler, because it was right there at Yaya Diaby. And I love Yaya too. He's a beast. I love watching this film. But Austin Eckler, big boy play in a big boy moment. Put on his big boy pants, and he made that big boy play. Shout out to Austin Eckler, stepping up when it matters. And then another run for 8. And then getting it exactly where it needed to be. Just second down, getting the first down. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2. And then Jayden Daniels, 3rd and 2 at the 19. end around for 4 yards. Kalijah Kancey was right there. Couldn't finish the play because Jayden Daniels is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Jayden Daniels made it happen, got that first down, really put the game away right there. Put the game away right there. And then my boy Zane, stressing out about his hair, just always doing a little, put his helmet on, always messing with his hair. I don't know what it is. My boy gets nervous. I can tell that boy gets nervous. I was nervous too for that kick. Doinked it in, y'all. Doinked it in. And we're not even going to talk about if he would have missed it, because he didn't. And shout out to him too, because a lot of people, I said right before halftime, I said, hey, kick this field goal. Let's get this lead. It's going to be good. 52-yard field goal. Everyone's telling me, Josh, he's not going to make that. I think he's better from like 45 to 50 than he is in short field goal range. I don't know why, but Zane Gonzalez, like at 50 is money. That boy can kick a 50, but if it's a short one, I'm holding my breath. Jack Fleming said, NFC Mahomes, yes. Zane looked like me before my 5th grade school photo. Same. I had that same haircut he does. Mine was longer, though. I had the little comb over. Yeah, he touches his hair like 40 times. He does it all the time. This isn't the only time. This is like the 3rd time they've shown it on TV. But I'm telling y'all, before every kick, he just does that same thing. I'm like, bro, just shave your head bald if that's the case. Shave your head bald, my guy. Zane, it ain't worth it. Just shave it all off. Eyebrows too, man. Just go for it. But y'all, second half, as much. There was plays where the defense was really pissing me off in the second half, but for the most part, holding them to 10 points. I mean, obviously 10 points in each half. I thought we did a much better job containing Mike Evans that second half. Nick Millen started to go off a little bit. K-Dot had a wide open one for 20. Couple plays, like I said, pissed me off. I'm going to go back and watch the tape and see exactly what happened. But for the most part, I mean, holding Baker Mayfield to 185 yards passing, guys, that's a big win. That's a really big win for a game that it felt like so much more. It felt like he had 300 yards just to Mike Evans. But holding Baker, he only had 15 completions, 18 passing attempts. Jayden had 35. He had 35. And Bucky, 17 carries for 77 yards. It's still a lot. 4.5 average. Still a lot. Bucky's nice. Ashburn. Bucky's up there. I really wanted Bucky. And Tony Dungy said tonight before the game that Dan Quinn said he actually wanted to draft Bucky Irving. Like he was high on his list. So DQ knows ball. But Bucky's nice. I like Bucky. But that's why Robinson's suddenly insignificant. I've been saying this, y'all. I love B-Rob. I'm an Alabama guy. Big Alabama fan. I'm a Virginia boy, but I'm a big Alabama fan my whole life. But B-Rob, it's just, he's had, 3 different leg injuries this year? Like, the juice is just gone. His bread and butter is strong, physical, downhill, after contact running, and you can't do that anymore with his legs. And that's okay. We gotta do something different. I just really appreciate how they stuck with Eckler in that second half a lot, especially that last drive. That last drive, when they needed that veteran presence, when they needed someone to step up the most, they went to Eckler, and he had those big plays at the end. That's what I was glad that they made that decision and they stuck with it. I kept saying it. I'm like, just leave Eckler on the field. Please. These little inside zone runs with B-Rob were not working. I was so glad they went with the veteran Eckler there, especially at the end when we needed it the most. Dan stayed true. They were one for 3 on 4th in the red zone, but only lost it on 2 points. Yeah, 14 points is better than 12 points. If you look at it as going for it in the red zone, there's 2 possessions where we didn't get it in the red zone, and then 2 where we scored touchdowns. So were they aggressive? Absolutely. Did it pay off? Yes. Could it have failed miserably? It could have. But guess what? You're going to Detroit. That guy up there, he loves being aggressive. You think we're aggressive? You ain't seen nothing until you see Dan Campbell call a game. It'll be the first drive of the game on their own 30, and he'll go for it on 4th and 8. Like, Dan Campbell does not care. He has that much faith in his team, which I think what it comes down to is, and like that second drive, for instance, Tampa Bay won the toss. They took the ball. We went down the field with ease. I had no problem going for it because the momentum of just scoring that fast, knowing you get the ball in the second half, knowing you have that possession. If you score a touchdown, that momentum, everything just blows the game wide open. Like, you just run with that momentum. But if you lose out on it, it's 3 points, whatever. You just got to overcome 3 points. And we did. That's exactly what happened. We overcame those 3 points at the end of the game. And then also, we, scored in the red zone there at the end as well. I was not mad. I was not mad for as aggressive as they were. And I'll say Cliff's offensive play calling tonight was fantastic. Fantastic. It could have been the execution could have been better, especially in the run game. Like I said, B-Rob struggling on these inside zone runs, stuff like that, where he's been good. They tried mixing things up. They put Eckler in there. They gave McNichols some run opportunities. We had one carry, but they had him on the field a good bit, like pass pro and stuff like that. But Eckler had his 8 carries for 27 yards. And like I said, it came at some crucial moments as well. But Cliff's play calling was fantastic. I absolutely loved the play calling, especially like the I formation when we had Marcus Mariota in there. And then you got Jayden Daniels in the backfield. Never seen that before. I love that. I hope they stay with it. I like the whole Marcus Mariota, keeping it up like a little QB sneak up the middle. I love that. Like, keep doing that, Cliff. I know he's going to get some head coaching opportunities and interviews and stuff like that, and he's showing off. Like, this is a little side interview that he's doing right now. This is an in-game interview that Cliff's doing in the playoffs, and he nailed it this week. This game was fantastic by Cliff. But like I said, the execution, Jayden Daniels just absolutely killed it. Guys, I'm still in shock right now. Just looking at a graphic that shows us in the divisional round of a playoff game against the Detroit Lions. Blows my mind. 8 p.m. Saturday night on Fox. We play the 1 seed Detroit Lions. I'm just saying, y'all, anything is possible. The Lions have a lot of injuries. They're still a really good team. Still a really good team. They're number 1 for a reason. But, man, Jayden Daniels is that guy. Jayden Daniels is that guy. I still can't believe they're calling that the divisional doink. The Zane Gonzalez kick. Y'all, we just got to breathe for a second. This is insane. This is life. Like I said, this team still has a long ways to go. We're not a perfect team. We saw that. We still got holes in this team. But right now, we are just riding this high of just being this team of destiny. Through the Hail Mary, through all the crazy plays. It's just unbelievable where this team is right now. Unbelievable where this team is right now. How many sacks do we have tonight? We only had 1 sack. 2 tackles for a loss. It seemed like, to me, the game-changing moment was there's 2 different plays. The one, obviously, the fumble by Baker, that snap. It's 17-13 Tampa Bay. They had the ball. Who knows what happens that drive if they don't fumble it? They could punt it. They could score a touchdown. They could kick a field goal. Who knows? But us getting that touchdown going up 2017, absolutely monumental. Terry McLaurin being Terry. But, guys, don't forget Zane kicking that 52-yard field goal with, 2 minutes left? 1:52 left in the first half. Don't forget that. That's a big kick. 52 yards is nuts. For our, 8th kicker we've had on the team. Brandon McManus, by the way, that we had on the team before. I was like, we should have kept him. He missed his first ever playoff kick today. So, Shout out to Zane, unsung hero. If he would have missed that field goal, oh my gosh, we would have rioted, but he made it. He doinked it in 37 yards. It's good. Washington survives another week. We're headed to divisionals, y'all. This is insane. I cannot believe it. We are usually doing mock drafts right now. We're usually talking about free agency. We're usually talking about everything but a playoff game. We're usually just rooting for losses right now. But right now, we're still alive. We're still playing. So let's go through some final stats real quick. Once again, Jayden Daniels, 24 for 35, 268 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, only 1 sack. Massive. That's another thing. Tyler Biadasz, I love you, bro. I love you, Tyler Biadasz. Because the last few weeks when he was banged up, offensive line's been bad. Offensive line has been bad the last few weeks. Jayden Daniels was sacked the last few weeks more than he was the entire season. And it was mostly because guys were banged up, guys were hurt. Tyler Biadasz mostly. Brandon Coleman was banged up. Cornelius Lucas was banged up. Wiley was banged up. We had like four or five guys on the O-line that were hurt. But Biadasz is that foundational guy on the offensive line. And it makes a difference. And you saw that today. Completely different look than how it was last week. The Falcons game. The game before that. It's noticeable. Very noticeable. But once again, concerning Jayden Daniels is your leading rusher. Not ideal. But he's good, so we're going to let it slide. 13 carries, 36 yards. Austin Eckler had 8 carries, 27 yards. Had that long for 12. That was massive. B-Rob, 10 carries, 16 yards. That's not going to cut it. That is bad. A 1.6 average. Holy smokes, that's bad. Marcus Mariota had 1 for 2 yards, and then Jerry McNichols had 1 for 1 yard. And then our top 2 receivers, De'Ami Brown, 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. De'Ami, I'm telling y'all, he put on his Sunday best today. De'Ami, the best game of his career, came at the right time. I've been dogging him for a while now because the fan base got so hyped when he had like 25, 30 yards in the game. Like, oh, he's wide receiver 2. I'm not going to call him wide receiver 2, but shout out to De'Ami for putting it on. 89 yards this game. 17.8 average and a touchdown. Like I said, just the big plays, whether it was like after the catch. He had like that one screen that he took for a little while. Just big game by De'Ami. Shout out to De'Ami. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, 7 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. That long for 35. And then the crucial touchdown after the turnover of Baker fumbling it, just getting that lead 20-17. Terry, man, I love him. I'm going to name my son Terry, either Jayden Terry Taylor or Terry Jayden Taylor. I'm about to figure it out, but my first son's getting both of those two. And then Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz were receiving leaders after that. But Bobby Wagner, y'all. You want to talk about just having a veteran guy. How many times were you watching a play on defense? And here comes Bobby Wagner. I don't know if there's any Marvel fans in here, but if y'all remember Juggernaut, that's what he looks like. Bobby looks like Juggernaut, just a big dude with the helmet on, and he just runs head first and lays out anything in his way. Bobby Wagner is our Juggernaut. That boy, Bobby is a true vet. He is a Hall of Famer for a reason. Bobby put that thing on. 8 total tackles, 5 solo, had a half a sack, had a quarterback hit, and then he recovered the fumble. Just having that veteran presence there, guys. Massive, massive, massive. We're going to talk about Marshawn Lattimore another day. This is a good vibe. This is a good vibe reaction stream. Marshawn did concern me tonight, but we are not going to talk about it. Let's fucking go. That's right. Oh, I don't even know if I can cuss on here, but I'm going to say it anyways. LFG. Let's go. We deserve this win, guys. 23-20. We're headed to divisionals, y'all. I know the lines are good. Nobody wants to play us right now, though. We have nothing to lose. No one thought we were going to be here. Nobody thought we were going to be here. And look at us. Here we are. Like I said, I mentioned it already. Baker only having 15 for 18, 185 yards. Just didn't give him a lot of opportunities. Made the stops when we had to. Capitalize on their mistakes more. He had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, only sacked him once. I would have loved to see that more. But the fact that he only threw it 18 times, and they only ran the ball 25 times. And Baker ran it 7 times for 23 yards. In that first game, that was way higher. Bucky Irving really wasn't that guy week 1, obviously, but the last few weeks he's been going off. 17 for 77 yards, 4.5 yard per carry. That's still kind of high. But when it came down to it, our defense made the stops that we had to. How many times this season have we watched a game and we said we cannot make a stop in the second half in the end when it matters the most? Can't do it. Can't do it. We just like, what's going on, Bobby? What's going on, Coach Witt? But by God, when it mattered most tonight, the defense showed up, got the stops, capitalized on the takeover. Imagine if we don't recover that fumble by Baker. This game is completely different. That one snap they had where like the snap count was off and it was like a weird handoff to Bucky and we were just there. We blew up the backfield. Imagine if we didn't get these stops. Massive, massive plays. And then, like I said, team stats. They were 5 for 9 on third down. They didn't go forward on fourth down. Time of possession, we had about a whole 11 minutes on them. We were holding it to that. We were holding that ball. We kept that rock out of their hands. And penalties, we only had 5 for 39. There was a big one, the Wiley down the field on that big pass to Terry. Obviously, the Marshawn Lattimore one was bad because it was in the end zone that helped them score a touchdown. But outside of that, like I'm like, y'all, we were a really bad penalty team a lot of times this year, especially the second half. These later games, we had a lot of penalties, but we cleaned that up big time the last 2 weeks. I don't think we had much at all last week against the Cowboys. I don't think we had many at all. Just an overall team win, but it all goes through 5. At the end of the day, 5 just puts the team on his back. And I cannot believe this guy's a rookie. I cannot believe that we were watching Jayden Daniels as a rookie right now in the playoffs do exactly what he's doing right now. Just crazy work. Crazy, crazy, crazy work. Even at the end there, that last drive, he was like talking smack to the defensive line, like when they were lined up and Marcus was under center and they had Jayden going in like in motion stuff with like a minute left. Even afterwards, we called a timeout. He's over there talking smack to the D-line, like talking to him, and he's just so calm and cool about everything. Like, he thrives in these moments. How many times this season have we seen it? The Hail Mary, the late pass in the Cowboys game. I mean, the big play against the Bengals to just put the dagger away. Seems like almost every single game. The Ravens game, even games we lost, Jayden Daniels against the Ravens would come back and answer. Against the Steelers, he did it. It's just every single game. And then, hey, guys, you want to make the playoffs, you got to beat the Falcons. Boom. He throws a ridiculous pass to Ertz. How crazy is it to see what Jayden Daniels is doing right now? Absolutely insane, y'all. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and not even think that this is real. You're Washington Commanders. And guys, we are going to Detroit. I don't know if you can see this or not. We're going to Detroit for a divisional game. Saturday, 8 p.m. on Fox. We're in there. Christian McCaffrey was at the game. I mean, we had all kind of people at the game. Malik Neighbors was at the game supporting Jayden. I mean, guys, big win. Enjoy this. We deserve this more than anybody. But guys, we're not done yet. I want another one. I want to keep this thing going. I'm not satisfied with just one. This is not a one and done team. Let's go do it again. Let's go shock the world. Let's go knock off the 1 seed, the Lions, in an indoor stadium. Love that. Love that indoor stadium. Don't have to go to a cold Philly or anything. We're going to an indoor stadium up north. Who says we can't beat the Lions? I think anything is possible as long as you got Jayden Daniels at quarterback. I appreciate y'all coming through here on the stream. I'll be back immediately after the game, Saturday night, same time, right when the game ends. I will be here to talk about it. We're going to be talking about another Washington Commanders win, straight up. Jayden Daniels is sensational. He's going to lead us to another win. We're going to go to the NFC Championship game. It's just destiny. I don't make the rules. That's just what it is. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy this, every second of it. I know teams like, oh, we're going to enjoy this for 24 hours and we're going to move on. Let's enjoy this for 48 at least. And then we're going to start talking about that Lions game. Follow me on all social media at Josh Taylor FB. Follow me here on Bleach Report as well. Like I said, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. My YouTube channel, JTFB, or just at Josh Taylor FB. And for more content between now and then, I'll be putting out stuff throughout the week. But guys, we are not done. Shout out to Jayden Daniels. Shout out to his team. Shout out to Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, everybody. Josh Harris for behind the team. Who would have guessed we would be here after year one? I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next week.